Let's learn quadrilaterals in geometry. So quadrilateral means any four-sided figure is called a quadrilateral. So it can be like this, any shape it can be, okay? But there are specific types of quadrilateral which we learn. So that's what I'm going to discuss today. So the first one is parallelogram. Parallelogram is something like this, okay? Okay, so what's the concept? Sorry, I should not put it like this. I should put it differently, okay? So this and this. So which means that these two sides are parallel, the other two sides are parallel. Okay, so what is a parallelogram? It's a quadrilateral which has opposite sides that are parallel. So the properties of this is the opposite sides are parallel and the opposite sides are equal in length, and also the opposite angles are equal. So this angle will also be equal to this angle. This angle is also equal to this angle. Okay, that's the concept of parallelogram. Now the second one is a rectangle. Rectangle can be considered as a special case of parallelogram with both sides are parallel. Okay, these two sides are parallel. This side is parallel to this side and all the angles are 90°. Okay, that's the concept for rectangle. And now we have rhombus. Again, this is a special case of parallelogram. So it's a quadrilateral which have all the sides as equal. So all the sides are equal in length and the opposite sides are parallel and also opposite angles are equal. Okay, that's a rhombus. And now you have a square. Square is nothing but a special case of rhombus where all sides are equal. Okay, see the lines what we denote is for parallel. Okay, so it's not equal. Yeah, sorry. In square you can put it as equal also. Okay, all four sides have the same length. Opposite sides are parallel, and all four angles are right angles. So for rectangle and square, you have opposite angles are equal. Okay, now there are some special angles which you have to learn. So take any quadrilateral, okay, any shape, not a single parallelogram or anything like that. Any shape you take, the interior angles of the quadrilateral, which means these angles of the quadrilateral add up to 360°. So angles add up to 360 degrees. Okay, so that is one important concept. So all angles add up to 360 degrees. Now there's one more thing what you have to learn out of this is the concept of diagonals. Okay, this is rarely asked, but it is important that you learn it. So if you have a square here, okay, and you have a diagonal is end to end. The diagonals are equal and they bisect each other at right angle. So this is for square. Okay, so diagonals are equal and they bisect each other. Now if it is a rectangle and if you have a diagonal like this and if you have a diagonal, so here they bisect each other, okay, which means it cut it into equal two parts. So rectangle also it's the same case. The diagonals are equal and they bisect each other. Okay, now moving on to a parallelogram like this. Okay, you have a parallelogram. The diagonals bisect each other. That's it. Okay, it may not be equal. It cannot be equal. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it can be equal. Sometimes it will not. But we cannot just you cannot generalize it. So the diagonals bisect each other. Okay, and then you have rhombus. So when you have a rhombus like this, and if you have diagonals like this, the diagonals bisect each other and also they have 90 degrees between them. So these angles will be 90°. Okay, so that is the concept of the rhombus. It is good to learn because I have seen some exam papers with questions like this. Now with this you'll have to work on questions. For example, like suppose if I have a parallelogram like this and this angle is 60° and they're giving A here, B here, you need to find out the values. So how will you do it? First thing is you need to find out this angle, and the total angle is 180, so this will be 120°. Okay, and since this is a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal, so this will be 120°. Okay, and one another thing what you know is for quadrilateral every I mean, all the interior angles will add up to 360 degree. So this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle will add up to 360 degree. So what you do, 120 plus A, because opposite angles are this thing, that's equal to 360 degree. So 240 plus 2A is equal to 360 degree. 2A is equal to 360 minus 240, that is 120, and A is equal to 60 degree. So A is equal to 60, this angle will also be equal to 60 degree. Okay, so that is how we find the angles. Now there's another one. It's an angle here. Here there is a diagonal, and this is 55 degree, and this is C, and this is D, and this is 80 degree. How will you measure all the other angles? Since this is 80 degree, this will also be 80 degree. So we can write this as 80 degree. Okay, sorry, the font color is changed. Okay, so this is 80 degree. C is equal to 80 degree. Now you have a triangle here, and all the angles of the triangle add up to um, sorry, just all the angles of the triangle add up to 180 degree. So 55 plus 80 plus D is equal to 180 degree, and D is equal to 180 minus 50, or 50, or we'll just do it the simple way. Okay, so what we have is 55 plus 80, that is equal to 135. So 135 plus D is equal to 180 degree, and D is equal to 180 minus 135, so that is equal to 45. Okay, so you might have to use the theorems of the quadrilateral, or from the triangles, or from the lines, or from the angles, so that you can work on these problems. Okay, now there can be algebra mixed with this, that is another thing. So if you have a quadrilateral like this, and you have 82, you have x here, you have 2x here, you have 47 here. Okay, now what can we do with this? Now here, all the angles of the quadrilateral add up to 360 degree. So what you have is 82 plus 47 plus x plus 2x is equal to 360 degree. Now 82 plus 47 gives me 129, plus 3x is equal to 360 degree, and 3x is equal to 360 minus 129, which will give me 231. Okay, so 3x is equal to 231, and then x is equal to 77. Okay, so whenever there's an algebra, nothing to worry. You just work with the all quadrilateral properties, and then it will be basic algebra. There won't be any complex algebraic functions which will work on this. Okay, it will be very basic algebra.